Hey, this is Bruce Cook, and I'm just going to show some things that I got going on now. So, as the title says, I have begun transplanting my plants and putting them outside. This is the first third of the month of March. This is March 8th. You might be wondering why I'm putting them out so early. So, I know a good time to be putting plants out for my area in Georgia would be around tax time, like the third week of April. But I really don't have that much time to be keeping my plants in my grow box. I mean, these plants are getting too big. I can't even. I have to pull them in and out of my grow box every morning, every last plant to feed them, then put them back in, and they're getting way too big. So I made the mistake of starting these plants way too early. I sowed the seeds of most of my plants back in. It was probably the first week and a half of October, and I ended up even putting a little extra perlite in my soil when I had them indoors, and that ended up causing my plants to grow so fast that I didn't anticipate them getting this big. I wanted them to be big, bigger on average than the size my plants were in the past few seasons of growing, but I didn't anticipate them getting this big. So I just have to cross my fingers and hope that we don't get any more nights where the temperature goes below freezing. As long as that don't happen, I mean, this isn't going to be ideal weather for these plants just yet, because I mean, you really want the plants to, like, nighttime to be more than like 50, 60 degrees, and then during the day, 80 degrees and up. They'd like that, but we're still getting nights where it goes into the 40s, sometimes the 50s, and the daytime it's actually getting up to close to 80 degrees. So I need these plants out of my room. As you can see, size of these things are pretty big. So, but you also probably notice I have mulch. I've been laying down mulch in this fence area. So I wanted to make this look pretty. I was going to use black mulch on the ground and, of course, red mulch in my plant containers. So the whole point of that is, in case it rains real heavy, I don't have to worry about it puddling up here and then drowning my plants, because it's gonna go up through the drainage holes in my containers. So I thought by putting mulch, it'll at least elevate the containers a little bit and prevent some weeds from getting sunlight to grow or whatever. I did spray this area down with really cheap grass and weed killer, but it was like spray bottle, $7 spray bottle from, I don't remember, it was Walmart or Home Depot. So I don't have much faith in it. It's all I could afford. So, but anyways, I have that covering almost half of this. This was 7 bags of 2 cubic feet of mulch. So it took 7 bags to get this much. So I'm guessing maybe 9 more bags will be enough to cover this whole area. But I'll show you what I got out here so far. I've been out here for the past 2 hours doing this. I've been out here since the sun was up enough, so I could see what I was doing. That was after 7 this morning. But I have there's my Naga Marich. I got my first Naga Marich plant out here. I got my first Primatali plant. I'm going to be putting all of my large plants out here. Just I'm doing it as I can while I have energy, and I literally only have a bag and a half left of that Miracle Grow soil I have, the Organics Performance, and these are red Scotch bonnets. I put these out here actually several days ago because these were having a very hard time. They were struggling in my grow box. They were small. The aphids were getting, they could get pretty bad with all the plants being this big, and they tore up these little plants. So I just got these out here. They've been out here for maybe like 4 or 5 days, so they're not getting any worse, but hopefully they'll bounce back and look healthy here soon. I have my chocolate Murga Scorpion. I'm not even sure that these were ever chocolate Murga Scorpion plants, peppers, because I've been taking the seeds and regrowing these ever since 2020. And there was a pepper that Johnny Scoville has been featuring on his channel that looks 100% identical in looks, size, and the fact that he said that it was a very unique taste from other Superhots, and that was the Remmert pepper. That's exactly what these things look like. I've always wondered. Like, I bought the seeds for these things off somebody on eBay back in 2020 when I got ripped off by a lot of people. He advertised them as chocolate Muga scorpions, but when my peppers grew out, they didn't look like, you know, most chocolate Muga scorpions that people would feature on their channels when they would review the peppers. But for the first time, I seen the Remmert pepper, and that looked like a dead match. So those little brown peppers I've been calling chocolate Muga scorpions, I do have them labeled like that right now. I need to ask some people. I don't know if I'd have to pull up some old pictures, maybe show Johnny Scoville or somebody that's real familiar with them, and ask them what they think. But for now, I just have them labeled like that, so I can keep them separated from everything else. Then I have, let's see here, there's my purple ghost. So I got those peppers from Johnny Small Pepper. I asked them permission if I could use the seeds to grow plants, because I'm not just going to take seed peppers from somebody and then you know, to do reviews and then take the seeds out of them and start growing and stuff. I asked permission. So there's the purple ghost. Then we have my red ghost right there. We have, oh, I also have these plant stakes off to the side. I want to wait until the roots start growing out throughout the buckets before I stick these thick plant stakes down through the center, because I don't want to cause any more problems for the plants since they're just freshly transplanted. Also, here in less than a week, I should be getting some calcium nitrate in the mail from the Rusted Garden. I will be putting some of that in the soil, so that's supposed to help the plant's immune system, fight diseases, blossom end rot, and all that stuff. It worked great for me the first season. I didn't have it this last 2 seasons, and my plant's health were really phenomenal that first season. If you've seen my early videos back when I used to have that big structure over here with the shade cloth, those plants were beautiful, looked so healthy. And then the last 2 seasons, I did have quite a few plants that, you know, would struggle off and on during the season, even though they did put out peppers. But anyways, got chocolate Prima Tali. That's another one. Peppers I got from Johnny Small Pepper and asked permission to use the seeds out of one of the peppers to grow. So that's that right there. And we got, let's see, oh yeah, here's my chocolate boot DM. So I got Jimmy Pickles to thank for that. So I am using a second generation of seeds. You know, I bought seeds from him a couple years ago. Grew out the peppers, and then I just been taking the seeds out of my own peppers and regrowing them. So they've been some of the best peppers I've ever had. I love these things. And they're nice and spicy, and they make some really good hot sauces. And then we got my yellow ghost. So I actually have like anywhere from 4 to 8 of each variety of every one of these. And plus I do have a few more varieties still inside that I haven't put out here. I'm just taking a break right now. But here's the yellow ghost. Those also came, the seeds that grew these also came out of peppers that I grew myself last year. And we have, let's see, oh, I already featured those, probably the Remmert, but that's what I have out here right now. But yeah, there's my update. It's my first outdoor growing video for 2023. Just showing you what I had going on, the mulch, putting plants outside. And I think this fence is going to, I'm not going to really do any more modifying the fence. I will be buying more of these 1x2 8-foot long lumbers. I'm going to be having them kind of weaved in the fencing in the top right there. I'm going to buy more. I will be replacing these just because some of these things make it look real ugly. That way, in case the majority of this grow area is not underneath these trees, but I'm looking directly overhead. Some of these branches, if we have a windstorm, might come down. Now, if they land on my plants, I'm screwed. But right now, my biggest worry would be if a considerable size or weighted branch comes down on the edge of my fence, that it would this fence isn't super strong. I mean, it's just strong enough it's going to keep the dog out. But so my idea was to put this, kind of weave it through there, and I do have it stapled on the outside. So that way this takes the brunt of the force, and I just can't have this fence coming down on me with, let's see, where'd she go? Roxy! I don't want to be at work and have the fence come down and Roxy hop in here and end up doing what all the dogs like to do to my plants, and that's tear them out of their containers and then chew everything up. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. I might be making some paintball shooting videos. I borrowed a couple really cool guns from one of my coworkers. Oh, there she is. And I might be doing some shooting out here in a little bit. Plus, I have another marker that I'm working on. I'm about to be working on for another customer. It's I think it's one of the last incarnations of the Smart Parts Ion. It's an older mid-end marker from the mid 2000s. So it's gonna be should be a fun one to work on and to do a shooting video. But anyways, hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.